Hey everybody, Danielle here. I'm doing a partial solo playthrough of Expeditions. This is a recent game by Stonemaier Games, and I'm excited to do another playthrough of it. My first one was a learning game, and definitely lessons to be learned, but hopefully this one will have a little bit more of an accurate gameplay. Of course, that does not guarantee I don't make any mistakes, but hopefully I will do better. Alright, so I have my playmat here. So my playmat is for Odin's Wrath, and that's what this miniature represents. I'm the yellow color, so I have the 4 stars or glory tokens, and then I have the action cube, which is also yellow. I have the power and guile trackers, which I will put on the 0 of the tracker. And then this action cube actually starts on the refresh. This time I will be using the Olga character and Shanga companion. So these are going to be very useful. I'll need a green and blue worker. But basically, Olga says gain a blue worker or solve. If you solve, gain the core value of all of your solved quests. Shanga says gain 1 exposed benefit from an adjacent location or vanquish. If this vanquish removes the location's final corruption, you may gain the revealed benefit. I have the corruption tokens placed in the bag here. So you do mix all of the corruption tokens up, except for the 20, which I have here. This will be placed once the location 20 in the north section is revealed. As you can see, I have a bunch of the tiles here already set up in the map. We have the south tiles face up. I did shuffle them and then I placed them randomly face up in this formation. The way you place the map tiles is noted here on the base camp board. So you'll see the south, central, and north tiles. Central and north will be placed face down in this formation. And as you can see, there are 5 gaps where you'll place cards. And this deck of cards will have various types of cards: meteorite, quest, and I think the last one is items. So you'll see those types of cards pop up in the game. On the face down tiles, you'll place a map token. So these map tokens will help you reach a goal. So there's some goals to keep in mind during the game, in which you'll be able to place your glory tokens on if you meet them. Starting from the left, if you complete 4 quests, you can place a glory token. If you meld 4 meteorites, if you upgrade 4 items, if you can gain the corruption tile with the value 20 on it, if you have 7 corruption tiles, you have 8 cards that you control, if you have 7 workers, or if you have 5 map tokens. But just because you meet some of these goals doesn't mean you immediately put your glory tokens on there. You can only place your glory tokens if you use the boast action, which is signified by a yellow star. So you'll see that on some of the tiles as we explore. So pretty much explain my mat, the base camp map, the overall exploration tiles. I'll talk about the AI setup. So you'll want the Atoma Glory card with 8 stars. It could be any of the other colors that you're not using. I'm choosing black and blue since those are the color of the basis for the AI miniatures I have out. So you'll place it on all of the stars that have a number except 0. You're going to choose a level card. I'm using level 1. You're placing an action token on there on the start. You'll have your 14 Automa cards, but you'll have 2 taken out of that deck after you shuffle, so that at all times you'll just be drawing from this deck without 2 of the cards. You have the Automa Turn card, which talks about how the Automa works and how the mech works as well. And in terms of where the mechs start, the blue mech will start on the north tile on the left, moving right at all times, and it'll loop around as it hits the edge. The black one will move from right to left only on the central tiles, and it will only move left at all times, looping around. Alright, I've explained just about everything, but I do want to mention that we have a tray of workers of various colors, and then we also have coins, which will hold its value. Essentially, you're going to be determining who the wealthiest player would be by the end of the game, and everything converts into coins. It will be important to try to get as many quests as I can, at least 3, so that I can maximize the value of my glory tokens that I place on the base camp. Because if you have only 0 quests completed, your glory tokens will only be worth 5 points each, versus if you completed 3 or more quests, that means your glory tokens will be worth 10 or more. 10 coins each. Alright, so I think we're about ready to start here. The rulebook does say to randomly decide who goes first, but in this case I think I'll just take the first turn if the AI does not mind. So your first turn is pretty neat. You do start with a refresh, so you move your action token to the square, and then you're able to do a move, play, and gather action in any order that you like. When you first start your turn, you only have access to the 3 tiles that this base camp would typically be touching. Due to the space constraints I have, the base camp is placed here, but it would normally be right under the tile that exists here. For me, it's Riverside. So I would have access to get to Secret Facility, Riverside, and Sawmill. I do want to mention my special ability for Odin's Wrath. You may trash a map at any time on your turn to gain Power, Guile, or $1. So while other people will just be collecting map tokens and probably won't be using it for anything other than meeting this map or any card ability that uses map tokens, I can always use it to trash, and I can gain a Power, Guile, or $1. Okay, so I think I'm gonna move because there's really nothing you can do otherwise. So I'll go ahead and move. I have a range of 1 to 3 to move. That's the default range people have. So keeping that in mind, I'm actually just going to go to the Sawmill, and that will allow me to gather. And gathering means you look at the bottom part of each tile, and you decide what you want to gather. If there's a slash, that is an or effect, meaning you can only choose one or the other. Otherwise, if there is no slash, you just do all the icons that you see on the bottom of that tile. So this allows me to either gain a green or red worker. I need a green worker to utilize Olga to its fullest potential, so I'll gain a green worker. Alright, so I did my move, I did my gather, and now I have to do my play. I'm going to go ahead and play Olga. So Olga gives me 1 guile, so you'll always look at the core values on the top left when you play your cards. Olga gives me 1 guile when I play it. As I gain glory on the base camp board, I'll be able to gain more bonuses, such as an additional guile when I have 1 glory star. If I have 2 glory stars, I'll be able to gain that additional guile and an additional power. I have a green worker, so although it's optional to place a worker, I will go ahead and do it because I can. And so that ability says gain a blue worker or solve. Solving has to do with quests, so I'll do that a little bit later. But for now, I'll gain a blue worker from the supply. And this is great because my companion, when I play the companion Shanga, it requires a blue worker to use its ability. So this is a great combo here. Alright, so now that I've done my move, gather, and play, it's the AI's turn. We'll flip over the decision deck. That's what this deck is called. And then we'll take a look. So this has 3 sections to it. The top part will tell you if you need to progress on its level. And in this case, I will have to. And then if the AI has reached a certain amount of glory, it will always try to target movement within 3 spaces based off of the requirement on the card. Otherwise, there is an or, and you would just follow the movement defined there. So I'll go ahead and move the progress, the action token to the right by 1 space. It does not have 7 glory, so it's going to need to move the blue mech 3 spaces. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then for the black mech, it's going to move to a space that has a map token. So when it has a map token, it moves onto that space and it gains it, and then the tile is flipped. So looking here, there is a tile within 3 spaces that has a map token, so it will gain the map token. And then it'll flip this tile. Let's see what it is. This is tile number 8 called Crater Rim, and it has an action called Sweep and Refresh, or eventually we'll be able to upgrade an item. As you can see, there's a dotted line squared with the number 5 to the right, and this tells us how much corruption to place on this tile. So to place corruption, you use the corruption bag and you draw a tile. So this is a number 3, and because the number 5 is still greater than 3, you have to keep drawing tiles. So you draw tiles until the total sum of all of the corruption tokens is at least that number or higher. So right now the total sum is 7, which is higher than 5, so we get to stop drawing tiles now. So the idea behind the tiles is that you're going to use an action called Vanquish. So this is something that you'll be able to do likely from a card that allows you to spend your guile or power depending on the corruption token that you're trying to remove. So in this case, this is the guile. You'll need to spend 4 guile to remove this corruption, add it to your playmat, lower your guile tracker by 4, and then if you have enough, you can pay 3 power, and then once everything is removed from the location, you can eventually choose item, upgrading an item as an action when you gather on this location. So that's pretty cool. And I feel like that's probably one of the only like co-op aspects of this game. I mean, the idea is that you're gaining corruption tokens so that you're fulfilling this this goal of 7, but then you're also helping the other players get the ability to use that upgrade an item for that instance when they get to that location and gather. So yeah, definitely strategic if you want to be the one to remove it, or if you just want to kind of wait around to see if someone else does it, so you don't waste your guile or power resources. Alright, so the mech will end up going here, and now it's back to me. So now I have to place my action cube on either move, play, or gather, and the one that I place it on is the action that I won't be able to take this turn. So essentially, if I place it on play, I'll only be able to do move and gather. If I place it on gather, I'll only be able to do move and play. If I place it on move, I'll only be able to do play and gather. So in this case, I had to think about what I'm planning to do. And I think I'd like to use my Shanga because I have the worker. So if I could make sure that I don't cover up play, that would be useful. Another thing I could do is just making sure I move because I want to collect some tokens. So I think in this case, I will cover up the gather and do a move. So I'll move here and try to just explore more. So I'll move here, grab this map token, flip this tile. This is research base number 13, and its powers, its gather ability will be to gain 2 guile. And I will draw the corruption tokens. So it's a 4. It needs 5 or higher, so I'll draw 1 more. Okay, so we need a total of 7 here. Okay, so that was my move. I have to do my play now. I will play Shanga. I'll gain 1 power. And then using my blue worker, I can gain 1 exposed benefit from an adjacent location, or I can vanquish. At this time, I do not have enough to vanquish anything. I would need 3 power to vanquish this 3 corruption tile. So my only option to utilize this card is to gain an exposed benefit from an adjacent location. So the only adjacent location that has an exposed benefit is here, is the mech junkyard. And this ability lets me draw 2 from the top of the deck and add 1 to my active row. So I'll draw a clue stone and a flex capacitor. This is a meteorite card, and this is an item. The flex capacitor item says once per turn, if you discard another card, either gain its core value or activate its ability. Clue stone is a meteorite, and it allows me to solve. And if I have 2 melded meteorites, I gain power per solved quest. I think I like the idea of getting a meteorite, so I'll place it here. And then the other one I'll just put on the bottom of the deck as a discard. Just gonna make some more room for my cards. It will get a little bit cramped at some point. All right. So I did my move, and then I did my play. AI's turn. So there is a sweep icon on the blue mech row. So looking at the blue mech, I have to sweep any adjacent cards. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll draw and replace immediately. Alright. The blue mech is moving right 2 spaces. The black mech is moving left 3 spaces. And just so you know, whenever I'm in its way, it actually can still go past me, but it doesn't count towards its location movement. So 3 will be 1, 2, 3, and back to me. So I'm going to go ahead and cover the play. I have no cards to play, so I'm just going to do move gather. And just so you know, in case you didn't know this, when you gain a card, it goes to your active row, and whenever you place a card in the active row, whether if you're playing it or discarding it or gaining it, you have to place it to the right of the last played card. Alright, so I'm going to move, and I'll move right here. Even if I wanted to go up here, I can't. As soon as I go to a tile that has a map token on it and that is not flipped over, you actually have to stop, even if you have additional movement left. I'll grab this map token and flip this tile over. It is impact zone, tile 7. And then I'll do my gather, which allows me to gain one of these. But also, before I do that, after I flip the tile, I need to place corruption tokens on it. Okay, there's a 5, and that's all I need there because that's all the number required, which was 5. And now I'll do my gather and gain 2 power. And that's it. That's my turn. AI will go. It's going to move the blue mech 1 to the right. is going to move the black one to the left, and then it's my turn. So in this case, I think I'll go ahead and do a play and gather. I'm not going to play anything, but I'll gather and I'll gain 2 power. And then my turn. AI will go and we'll move the action token to the right on the level 1 card. And the blue mech will move 3 to the right. Be here. And then the black mech will move 2 to the left. 1, 2. And back to me. I'm going to cover the play and do a move and gather. I'm going to move up and flip. And this one is Ice Cave. And I'll move my mech here and place the corruption token. This time the value has to be 8 or higher. So that's a 5. That's a 3. Perfect. Alright. So I get to gather. This time I gain a purple worker. And $1. Okay, that's my turn. The AI will progress 1 and is covering up 1 star now. So that means you move the star that covered the 8 onto the base camp to signify that it has now 1 glory. The blue mech is moving 2 to the right. Again, it ignores me, so it just goes past me. The black mech is moving 2 to the left. And essentially the mechs just take up spaces that I can't go to, which could be annoying at times, but for now, it's not much in my way. At this point, I think I would like to get my cards back. So I'm going to do a refresh. So that means I get all my workers back to my playmat, and all of my cards move to the left side of my board. And then that's it. The AI will go. It progresses on the level 1 card. And then it moves right 2 spaces. The black mech will sweep. So it has 3 cards to sweep. And we replace it immediately. So good thing I didn't have my eyes set on any of those. And then the mech will move to the left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so now I'm moving my action token here, and I can do a move, play, and gather in any order that I like. I think I will just keep moving. I'll move to the research base. And then I'll gain 2 guile, 1, 2, as part of the gather. And then I will play a card. So I'm going to play Olga. You know what? Should I do Olga? Maybe I'll do Shanga, gain a power. And I'll use my blue worker. And it says gain 1 exposed benefit from an adjacent location or vanquish. And I think I'll go ahead and vanquish. So I do have a total of 6 power. I'll spend 3 to remove that power on the top. 1, 2, 3. So I have 1 on my board. It would have been nice to have 1 more power to get rid of that token to complete the vanquish, but I do not have the ability to do that right now. And that's my turn. I did a move, playing gather. Alright, so AI will go. It's going to move the action token to the right on the level 1 card. It's going to sweep. I'll do that. Replace it. And then it's going to move 3 to the right. And then the black one is going to move 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. Alright, here I will go and do a maybe I'll do a move and gather. So I'll do a move and gather, and I'm going to move here. So I'll take this map token, flip over the tile. It's tile 11, Mining Town, and I'll put the token here. It has to equal 5 or higher, so that's a 3 and a 5. And then my gather will be this action, and that action says play 1 card from your hand. Gain its core value, you may place a worker. So essentially I get a free play action. So I could choose between Cluestone or Olga, and it would make most sense for me to use Olga. I gain a Guile when I play Olga because of this icon on the top left, and then I'll place a green worker, and it says gain a blue worker or solve, and I'll go ahead and gain a blue worker. Okay, the AI's turn. Progress token moves right, and this says if it has 5 glory, it would vanquish 2 of the corruption tokens, but it does not have 5 glory, so it would just move the blue mech 2 locations to the right. And then the black one will actually have to move within 3 onto a tile that has a map token, and that's this one. So grab this map token, flip over this tile, and this is the fishing village, number 12. So this one has a boast action icon, which is very useful. And I'm going to fill up the corruption tokens. It's a 4. It needs to be 5 or higher, so I draw 1 more. This is 3. Okay. And then it's my turn. What should I do here? I do want to get more tokens, so I'm gonna do a move and play. Although my play won't be too much, I will still move. I have my 5th token here. And this is encampment. This also has a boast icon if I were to uncover and vanquish all of the corruption. And these tokens totaling 5 or higher. There's a 3. There's a 4. Place them on top. And that is my move. To play, I will play my Cluestone. I don't have a green worker, and I probably wouldn't want to do it anyway, but Cluestone will give me 1 Guile. The AI's turn. It's going to move to the right for the blue one. 1, 2. For the black, it'll move left 1. Okay. I'm going to do a move and gather. So I'll move to the fishing village and gain a Guile and power. That was my gather. And then now the AI will go. It will progress up to level 1. It's going to sweep around the blue mech and immediately replaced. And with 3 glory, I would look for a map token, but it's not going to. And then it's just going to move right. If it had 4 glory, it would try to vanquish 2 corruption tiles, but it doesn't. So it's going to move 2 to the left. 1, 2. And then for me, I think I should probably just go ahead and refresh. Return my workers to my playmat. Bring all these cards over, and man, I'm like really slow at getting more cards. I need to focus on that too. The AI will go. Progress token moves. The 2nd glory token is placed on the base camp board. And now, because it has 2 glory, it's going to vanquish a corruption. So it's going to move within 3 spaces to the right, and just so happens encampment is right here. So it will vanquish both of these. I'm sorry, it's just one. That card says one, so it's going to vanquish the top one. And that's it for that. And then we have the blue, the black, which will move left. And it will move left to here because it's looking for corruption as well. It's going to take this. So now it's uncovered an ability here for gathering, which would be melding a meteorite. So instead of gaining 2 power at that location, I could decide to meld a meteorite. Okay, so now I get to do my 3 actions: move, play, gather. Let's see, so this was a 3 and 4, which I actually do have enough. I think I'll play my Shanga. I'll gain 1 power, and then I'll place a blue worker to vanquish. I'll spend 3, 1, 2, 3 Guile to vanquish this, and then I'll spend 4 power, 1, 2, 3, 4 to vanquish this tile. And now I've exposed the boast option when I play that location. And then what else? So you might hear some background noise. I apologize for that. So try to ignore it. What am I doing here? So I did a play, and I'm going to do a gather. So gathering, and I'll use the boast. I'll place one of my glory tokens on this map because I have 5 map tokens, so I'll be able to place a star there. And then I will do a move, which will be moving to secret facility. Okay, so that was my turn. We'll go for the AI. It's going to progress on the level 1 card. And it does not have 3 glory, so the blue mech is just going to move right 1 space. And then the black one's moving left 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And then back to me. I'm going to go ahead and do a play and gather. First, I'll gather. So this icon means I draw from the top of the deck, and I'll go here. I drew a track Tarkovsky's Trails quest for tile number 7. So how quests work is if I'm at location 7, which is located here, and I complete a solve ability from maybe one of my cards, I'll be able to pay what's listed here under the 7, which is 2 Guile, and then I'll be able to tuck this underneath my top of my board, and then also gain a coin, a map token. So completing quests, like I said in the beginning of this video, is important because it's a multiplier as to the value of your glory tokens. And then the second action here is to rescue a card. So you could rescue a card on the right and move it back into your hand. So I think actually I'll go ahead and rescue this track Tarkovsky's. And then I'll do a play, because all I did was gather. I will go ahead and play the track Tarkovsky's Trail, gain a Guile, and then I'll place a blue worker, and it says gain an exposed benefit for an opponent's location. That opponent gains Guile. So let's see, gain an exposed benefit from an opponent's location. So I think I'll gain the Guile and power from that. And then that opponent gains Guile, but it does not gain anything, so I'll just leave it at that. And I think that's it for my turn. This deck is now empty, so I'm going to shuffle all the cards back. And then discard 2. And then draw. Moving a progress token. Does not have 7 glory, so it's not going to go further 20, but it will move 3 to the right. And then the black mech will go for a map token, which is right here. It's going to flip the tile, and it's a warehouse, tile number 9. And I will place the corruption tokens. So 3 needs to be a 5 or higher, so I'll draw 1 more. It's a 3. So it's my turn, and I think I'm just gonna do a move and gather. So I do need a worker, I think. So I need an additional green worker. So I'm gonna make my way to Sawmill and then gather a green worker. And then the AI's turn. Move the progress token on the level 1 card. It will move the blue mech 3 to the right. And then the black 2 to the left. 2. Okay. I'll do a move and play. I'm gonna move 3, 1, 2, 3, and play my Olga. And I do have 1 glory so far, so I'll be able to gain an extra guile, so I'm at 7. And then I'll place my green worker and gain a blue worker. Well, actually, I could solve, because I'm at location 7 and I have quest 7. So using Olga's ability, it says solve. If you solve, gain the core value of all your solved quests. So I will solve, paying 2 guile, returning my worker to my board, 1, 2. And then I also gain a map token from supply, which is useful because my Odin's Wrath lets me trash a map token at any time on my turn to gain power, guile, or $1. So I'll add this to the top of my board. And then it says gain the core value of all of your solved quests. So I will gain the core value, which includes any bonuses. This one doesn't have any additional gaining, so it'll just be 1 guile. And that was a really good turn. So I did my first quest of this game. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and it's the AI's turn. I'll move the token to the right 1. And then it does have 2 glory, so it's going to try to look for a map token. It does have 1 here. I'll flip it, and it's Mountain Pass, tile number 18. And I need to draw corruption tokens totaling 8 or higher. It's a 5. It's a 5. And then the black mech is moving left. Again, it's skipping, counting this one as a location. So it's 1, 2. And then it's back to me. I'm going to do a move and gather. So I'm going to try to get more cards. So to do that, I'll go here to Secret Facility. Draw the top card. And it's a fusion link item, so I could use it to upgrade. And then I'll also get to rescue a card, and I'll rescue Shanga. Okay, so that was my move and gather. AI will go, and it's going to move to the right for the blue mech. 2 locations, and the black mech will move 1 left. For me, I'll do a play and gather. I'll gather first, drawing from the top. It's a purple stone meteorite. And then I'll rescue a card. I will rescue my Olga. And then I'll play. I'm going to play a do Shanga. So Shanga will give me a power and a guile because I have one glory. And then I'll place a blue worker. And it says gain 1 exposed benefit from an adjacent location. So I'll gain this one. I'll draw 2 and then decide which card I want. I'll choose to gain locate the meteor epicenter. Put it to the right, but I'll kind of start a second row here and discard the other card. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. If I have 8 cards that I control, and that means cards that are not tucked under my board, I'd be able to put a glory here, which I would need to boast to do, but I'm trying to do that. That's what my next thing is. Alright, AI will look for a map token and it will go to this one. It will flip, and this is tile 20, so that's when this 20 corruption token gets placed. And then this one, the black is just moving left. Okay. I'm gonna do a move and gather again. So I'll go here and do a gather now. And I'll gain I'll do banish the squatters and then discard this. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more card. One more card to get this glory. Alright, progress. I'll move the 3rd glory and place it on the base camp for the AI. It's going to sweep around the blue mech. And then it's gonna go ahead and look for a map token. So it's gonna go to this one, gaining that, flipping the tile. And we have Ancient Temple. And it needs corruption totaling 8 or higher. So that's a 3 and a 5, so that's a total of 8. And then the black mech's gonna move left 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to do a play and gather. So I'll gather right now. 1, 2, and gain this coalstone meteorite, placing it into my active row. I just noticed you probably don't see the active row right now. Let me just pull these up just a little bit. So at least you can see a sliver of it. Okay, so I've done that, and now I will do a play. So I have an Olga Cluestone, and I'm on location 5. I don't think I have a quest with the number 5, so I'm not going to play Cluestone, but I'll play Olga. And I'll place that here, gaining 1 guile and another guile for that 1 glory that I do have. And I will place a worker to gain a blue worker. Not that I need it, but you never know, a card might come up where workers will be useful. Yeah, so that was my play. And I really need to make my way to a boast area, because I do have 8 cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay, so progress moving again. And then the mech is moving twice to the right. The black mech is going to try to move to a map token, but it's not going to have any within range, so it's just going to move 2 to the left. And then it's back to me, and I'm going to do a move and gather. And so I'm going to move here to Fishing Village. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to choose to boast. That's my gather action. So I will place it on this. Perfect. So now the AI goes. It moves another square to the right on the level 1 card. And the blue is moving 3 to the right. And then the black is going to sweep. So sweeping all 3. And then I'll draw 3. It's going to look for another map token within 3 spaces going to the left. It'll be this one. It's going to gain that. Flip this. And the weird forest is now revealed. It needs corruption totaling at least 5. We have a 4, then a 5. Okay. Back to me. What do I have? I'm at location 12. And I'd like to try to do a quest. So I'm going to do a move and play, so I could play my card that allows me to do a quest. Let's see if I can even reach any tile. So the only quest I have is 8 and 9, and I'm closest to number 9, so I'll go here for my move, and then I'll play the clue stone, gaining 1 guile. So I'm at max 10. You can't get more than 10. And then I'll solve using a green worker and solve for 9, which to solve I'll need to spend 2 guile. And my reward is to draw 2 from the top of the deck and discard 1. Okay, so now I have 2 completed, which is awesome. Draw 2 and keep 1. I think I'll choose the exosuit. Place that in my active row. And I've got a lot in my active row. I have a total of 8 cards. And the AI will go. It'll move the progress token 1 on the level 1 card. And the blue mech is moving right 1. The black mech is looking for another map token, but there is none within 3 range, so it's just going to move 3 spaces to the left. And then back to me. I think I'll do a refresh at this point. Get all of my workers back. And then get all my cards into my hand, which is to the left of my board. The AI will go, advancing. It's going to sweep around the blue. And then it does have 3 glories, so it's looking for a map token within 3 range. And that's this one. And this is Stormy Sea, number 19. That's going to require 8 corruption. That's 5 and 3. Okay, and then the black mech is moving left 2 times. Yeah. Okay, so for me, I get to do all my actions. Move, play, gather. And maybe it might be nice to meld. I'll go ahead and try to go to a location and gather a meld action. So I'll move to... Ooh, I won't be able to reach that actually. Well, I would be close if I did. So, where should I go? So in terms of quests, my cards don't have any. Oh, I do have a number 8. So I can head towards that direction anyway. Yeah. Let's go to research base. Or I could go to encampment and just gain a face-up card. Yeah, I'll go to encampment. And yeah, that symbol means any face-up card would be the gather. So I think I'll gather. Would be nice to get this meteorite just in case I end up doing more. So I'll do that. And when I do that, it actually ends up in my active row. And then my play will be, I'm on spot 16, so you know what, I could vanquish. I'll go ahead and do a coal stone play and gain 1 power. I'll place a purple worker to vanquish, spending 3. 1, 2, 3. Gaining this to my board. And now that boast action is available. So I've done all my actions here, move, play, gather. And AI will go. It's going to progress. Gaining its 4th glory on the base camper board. And then it will move to the right using the blue mech, looking for corruptions. So it's going to go here and take 1. Vanquishing 1, and then for the black mech, it's also doing the same, vanquishing 1. It's going to go here. And then it's my turn. So I'm going to do a move and gather. I will move 1, 2, 3 to impact zone and gather with a meteorite. So I will meld. I'll go ahead and meld this purple stone. So when you meld, let me just double check, because surprisingly this is the first time I am melding. It says tuck a meteorite you control under your mech mat to gain the benefit on all melded meteorites, including the one you just melded. So I will go ahead and tuck this under, exposing the meteorite's action. So this one says gain $1 per purple card you control. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I gain $3. 1, 2, 3. And that's my turn. AI will progress. And it does have 3 glory. So the blue will try to vanquish again. So it's going to move here and take 1 of these tiles, and the black is just moving left 3. 1, 2, 3, skipping me as a location. And then for me, I would like to vanquish more, but I can do it at Crater Rim, so I will move to here. And oh, I need to move this, so I'll do a move and play. So I do a play. And did I move this already? No, I didn't, because I gathered last turn, I think. Alright, so what I did just now was move, and now I get to play a card. And I'd like to try to vanquish here, so I'll play Shanga, gaining all of these bonuses since I have 2 glory, so I gain 2 power, 1, 2, and 1 guile. And then I'm going to place a blue worker and vanquish. So I'll vanquish with the 4 guile, 1, 2, 3, 4, Add that to my board. And then I'll spend 3 power, 1, 2, 3, to complete that vanquish. And it says, if this vanquish removes the location's final corruption, which it did, you may gain the revealed benefit. Ooh, so I can upgrade an item, which is what is shown here with the wrench. So my items I can use to upgrade are Exosuit and Fusion Link. Exosuit says once per turn, if you rescue another card, either gain its core value or activate its ability. Fusion Link says whenever you gain at least 2 power during your turn, also gain 1 guile. Both is okay. I think I'll keep the purple in my control only because if I meld another meteorite, the purple will give me an extra $1. So I'll go ahead and use this as an item that's upgraded. So I've upgraded 1 item right now. I have to move these cards down a little bit. So that's that. And then AI has to shuffle its deck again. Discard 2. And progress. And move 2 to the right for the blue. And then it's going to sweep around the black. And, okay. And then it's moving left 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it would have gone for a map token if 1 existed, but it does not, so it's just going to do the 3 to the left. Alright, for me, I just need 1 more of these corruption tokens, and then I'll be able to get this glory when I boast. I don't have anything that will allow me to yeah, nothing. I guess I should really try to do another quest. I am at location 8, so if I can solve, I'll do that. So I'll do a play and gather, and I will do the gather, which is sweep and refresh. I won't sweep anything, but I'll refresh. And then I'll play, and I'll play my clue stone, which I'll gain 2 guile. 1, 2. And I gained that guile, the extra 1, because I do have 1 melded meteorite, which is neat. And I'll use a green worker to say solve. So I'll solve a quest. I'm at location 8. So I'll solve this quest, locate the meteor epicenter, and spend 2 guile, 1, 2, and then I'll gain the reward, which is gain 1 benefit from an adjacent location, and I'll gain 2 power, which is here. 1, 2, and then I'll also gain 1 coin. So I have 3 quests complete, which is great because that means my glory will be worth at least 10 coins. And then I think that's it for my turn. The AI will go. It's going to sweep around the blue, which is this card. And then gets replaced. And it does have 4 glory. It's going to look for a map, but unfortunately in the direction it's moving, there are none within 3 locations. So it's just moving 2. 1, 2. And then the black mech will look for a location within 3 to gain corruption. So it's going to go left, and it's going to go here to the weird force and gain this corruption. And then I'm going to do I want to try to go somewhere to vanquish. So I'll do a move. Yeah, I'll do a move and play. So I'll move to number 17. And then I'll play and play a card that allows me to vanquish, which is Shanga. And that also gives me some power. So 1, 2, and then 1 guile. I'll place a blue worker to vanquish, and I'll vanquish that 5 guile. So I'm down to 1. So I'll have my 7th tile, so hopefully I can do a boast and put my glory token there. Alright, the progress token continues to move up on the level 1 card. The blue mech is going to go ahead and look for a corruption token. It's going to go here. I'm covering that. And then I'm going to move the black one, 1, 2, 3, because it goes left 3. So for me, I'm going to try to make my way to a boast area. So I'll do a move and gather, moving here, and then gathering with boast. So I'll go ahead and place it here, since I have 7 corruption tiles. And then I will, in my turn, they'll get their 5th glory token. And now, within 3 tiles, this is going to look for a corruption token. And unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, it's going to grab this 20, which is not good, because that means I can no longer make it and place my 4th glory here. So I think to place my 4th glory, I will want to try to complete a quest. I think that's the best shot I have. And then I'll do the black movement, and it's going to do map token, which doesn't exist right now for it to get. It's just going to move 3. So back to me. So like I said, I'm probably just going to have to do quests. So right now, I don't have any quest cards in my hand, so let's try to get some. I'll do a play and gather, and I will gather this one. This is a face-up quest I could get, communicate with the beast, so I'll do that. And then I'll play, and I guess if I play anything, it would make the most sense to just play Olga so that I can gain the maximum stuff. So 1, 2, 1. And then I'll just play this to gain a blue worker. Not that I need it. And there really is no point value to them, but might as well, whatever. And then the AI will go, because I think I did the play and gather, right? It's going to move 1 more square. It's going to sweep around the blue mech. Ooh, I forgot to replace this. So it's going to sweep this one. And it's going to look for a map token. None exists in the direction it goes, so I'm just going to move 1 here. And then the black one's going to go for this one and take both corruption tokens. Oops, no, it's not. It's going the wrong way. It's got to go this way. And it's going to take this corruption token. Okay. And then back to me. I need to make it to tile 17, which I think is not discovered yet. Oh, wait, no, it's right there. Okay. I mean tile 14, because actually I don't see tile 14. So I'm going to make my way there, but my leg fell asleep, so hold on. Okay, so I'll move my mech here, gain this map token, flip, and yep, location 14, and it has 8 corruption. So all that, it's a 4, and a 4. All right, so, oh, I should do it was a move and play, I guess. And silly me, I should have kept my Olga so I could solve. Which is fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'll go ahead and play a Sunstone. Actually, I don't have a yellow worker, so I'm going to play a Coalstone, gaining 2 power. 2. Placing a purple worker, and I'll vanquish, but I need to trade in one of my map tokens for a Guile, because that's my Odin's Wrath ability, and then spend all 4 to vanquish this, and then I'll spend 4 power and vanquish this. Alright, so that's all I've got. And then I'll flip, this will progress. It's gonna go to the next tile that has a corruption, vanquishing 1, and then the black one's gonna move and do the same thing here. Okay, back to me. I think I should just be wise and refresh here. I need to solve and do this before it gets all their glory. All right, getting its 6th glory. It's gonna sweep around the blue. And then it's gonna look for a map token, but there won't be any. It's just gonna move right 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the black one's gonna also look for some corruption again. And it's gonna look for this one. It's gonna remove 2. Well, at most 3, but they only have 2 here. And then back to me. I get to do a bunch of stuff here. So I'm gonna try to do a quest. So let me play a card first. So I'll play a card that lets me solve. And that is Olga. So Olga, I play this card. I'll gain 2 Guile and 1 power. And I'll place a green worker to solve. And I will solve quest 14, which is 3 Guile. So I will trade in 2 map tokens. No, I'll trade in 1 map token to get to 3. And then spend 3 Guile, going all the way down to 0. And then I could gain the reward, which is meld a meteorite. So I'll meld a meteorite, and it'll be this one. And that means I get to do all the meteorite abilities, which is gain $1 per purple card you control. So I control 1, 2. So I gain $2. 1, 2. And then this one says gain $1 per 3 value corruption. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4, but I can only gain max 3. So that's okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Money is always good to have. And then to finish this off, it says, if you solve, gain the core value of all your solved quests. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 Guile. So that was my play, and it was a good one. Now I have to try to go somewhere where I can boast. And I can go right here to 20 and gather. So that icon means activate an adjacent face-up card's ability and don't place a worker. So the only one is this one, which is boast. Yeah, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to just boast anyway. And I get to place it on my 4 quest. And that triggers the end game. Let's see. I think the AI does get another turn, but let's double check. It says, in the same way that you trigger the end of the game when you place your 4th glory token, Automa triggers the end of the game when she places her 8th. So trigger the end of game. So exactly what does that mean? Games tend to make that different every time. The game ends after the turn where a player places their fourth glory. Each player then takes one final turn. The last turn of the game is taken by the player who placed their fourth. Okay, so the AI will go again. Oh wait, but I still get to continue my turn. So yeah, no, I didn't move and gather. No, we're good. We're good. Okay, so they're going to move one, and then they're going to look for some corruption again. And it's not going to be able to reach any, so it's just going to move two to the right. One. Oh, it will make it because of me. So we'll gain both of these. And then the black will try to gain map token, but none exist, so it's just going to move to the left twice. Okay. All right, and then I take the last turn of the game, and before I do that, I'm gonna swap these map tokens out for money because they're worth $1 for Odin's Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll trade in these for 5s just to more easily count later. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's what I did. So my last turn, I think, oh wait, one of these was an item. Yeah, the exosuit was an item, so I needed to keep this here. Not that that really matters, but it does matter during scoring because you gain the score, the coins. So actually, I think what's best for me is to move and gather. So I will move here and then gather. I'll gain a purple worker, $1. And then upgrade a card. So I'll upgrade the fusion link. And that is my turn. So that's the end of the game, and we'll do scoring. So let's do the AI first. So she scores for each glory token that she has on base camp, as well as for the map and corruption tokens she has gained. All right, so let's see. Map tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's $8 right now. And then for each corruption token, it's $1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wow, that's 15. Plus 8. And then we have each glory token is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4 is 24. Plus 8 is 32. So 32 plus 15. It's 47. So AI has 47. Let's see if I beat it. So I have 4 glory tokens and it's worth 10. So that's 40 points. And then these are $2 each. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So 18 plus 40 is 58. And then I have 68. And then 69. 74. And then I gain these, which is plus 7. It says 81. And yeah, looks like I have 81 points. Hopefully I counted all that right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's times 10 is 40. Plus 10 is 50, 55, 56. And then these are 2 each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 7. Yeah. Cool. Alright, well, looks like level 1 was a little bit too easy, which is not bad for, an early game of expeditions. I hope this was more clear than my previous video. I definitely felt more comfortable playing this game, knowing that, having a plan in mind as to which glory tokens I wanted to place where. And the AI was very easy to manage once I understood how to place them on the Automa Glory card and how these cards worked. Although they were actually not very hard to understand in the first place. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. It was kind of long, one of my longer ones, but definitely fun. I love this game so far. I like how there's kind of like a deck building aspect, worker placement for sure, and just it was a lot of fun. I like it. I wish the tiles were a little smaller so it could take up less space, but I could learn to appreciate the art and the graphics that are on all these tiles and cards. Yeah, luckily I was able to figure out how to get this overhead camera to show as much as I could, although I know you probably couldn't see much detail. But hopefully I was able to talk everything through and you were able to understand how this game plays. Alright, well, appreciate you watching, and if you liked what you saw, please subscribe. If you have suggestions on gameplay, unboxings you'd like to see, I am open to more multiplayer games as well these days, since I am hanging out with more friends, playing board games, but of course solo games are always welcome. Alright, thank you for watching.